Yeah. Oh man, have to be. This is, sometimes you work and you work and you work, you work. And sometimes sometimes you might, you get lost in the work and forget why you work in the first place. But this is one of those type of jobs that is constant reward. Every single day we wake up. What's the first thing I say, Tracy?
You say, "Thank God I took my first breath."
There it is, right? Every single day we share that with the citizens. The big point of doing radio is so you can influence, you can direct, you can inform, you can entertain, you can do all those things. Those are the basic fundamentals of radio. But when you can learn at the same time and you walk away, you feel like you just had a big meal and it's sticking to your ribs. That happens for me. Mm-hmm. And that usually happens when I have artists that are tremendous, people that I respect and that I respect their art. And our next guest, last time we really sat down and talked, it was from this phenomenal project he put together with Nas called Distant Relatives.
That's right.
And we had a chance to, we've crossed paths and see each other often, and it's always respect. But that was the time we got to really take a deep dive, and we had a lot of people on that panel discussion that talked about bridging the gap between genres, between culture, between land, between music, between people. Big Youth was on that panel discussion. Rakim was on that panel discussion. Oh, man, it was crazy. Nas was on that panel discussion.
Fire.
Damian Marley was on that panel discussion. Brother Steven was on that panel discussion as well.
Yeah, man.
We had a lot of folks, and we really had a great conversation. And since then, Junior Gong hasn't put out a solo project. And that was back in 2005.
Damn.
I feel like he left me hanging. and now he's back with his new project. It's called Stony Hill, and he's here with us today, Damian Marley, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
I felt like you took the whole distant relative concept way too far after that, man.
Too literally.
The distance got more.
Got more after that, man. How you been?
Yeah, man. Been good, man. Thank
Good
you.
to see you,
been
man.
Good. Give thanks.
It was I'm a big fan, big supporter of you, your family, the movement,
Yes.
and I got a chance to come down and co-host Kaya Fest.
Yeah.
And man, honestly, I would have paid y'all to do it.
Easy.
Yeah, no, really.
You had fun.
Yeah, I had fun, and I liked the energy, and that was the first time I saw all the brothers. That was the first time I saw live all you guys come out
Together.
on stage.
Yeah. It's been a while since we've done that.
Since you done that,
Yeah.
What does that feel like? You're the youngest, right? Are you the youngest?
Of the brothers, yeah.
Of the brothers,
Yeah,
right?
man. Yeah.
What is it still special?
Of course. Always. I mean, I grew up watching my bigger brothers perform on stage, so I've been a fan of their music. You know what I mean? And that's a big way of my introduction to live performances and learning from them. You know what I mean? So it's still always a joy to perform with them together,
Yeah. My brother, I got a big brother too, and we do everything together. We used to sleep in the same room. We used to share the same bed.
Yeah.
But when it comes to working together, because he's my older brother, I really don't have the say-so that I would like to have.
Yeah, seeing.
So, you know where I'm going with this.
Of course, yeah.
Who has the overall? I know everybody has an opinion, but when it comes to like putting a show together, what songs you're gonna do, or
Well, usually, if you see, over the years, Stephen has always been that brother who kind of is the hub. You know what I mean? Even from when we were kids, he would be the one who would like come pick you up the most regularly from school or this kind of thing. You know what I mean? So I'm still kind of play that role as that central organizer. You know what I mean? Amongst the brothers.
Okay, all right. My brother is a great uncle. It gives me relief when my brother's around my daughter, who's 18 years old. And I like to even watch him, just see how she reacts to him, because he's the closest thing to me that she has. How are you as an uncle? You guys got a lot of kids. It's a big family.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of beautiful kids. And this is just from my experience at Kaya Fest. What's it like being an uncle, man?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I mean, as you know, like I said before, I'm the younger one. So a lot of my nephews are even kind of like close to my age. I have a nephew who is the same amount of years younger than me, that Ziggy is older than I am. You know what I mean? So you know, so we kind of, you know, so but it's really cool, and a whole heap of them look up to me in that kind of way as the younger uncle, where them know them can come speak to about certain things and, you know, free up with, and, you know, so it's cool.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Junior Gong is here. You know, I didn't ask for permission, but when I was hosting Heather, at one point I changed my name, at least for that day. I became Sway Marley.
I was like, this is true. You just did it?
Yeah, I just did it, man. I didn't want to deliberate with Steven. He probably would have put me through a test or something. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm going out on stage and I'm saying it.
Yeah.
And then they saluted me, and then a bunch of women just lined up, tried to get my phone number. It worked, you know. Man, I want to open up the phone lines, but I want to talk about this new project. I got a chance to hear at Stony Hill. What you've done other projects, you know, but what took so long to do this solo project? Was it what stopped it from happening?
Well, I mean, the last solo project was 2005 with Welcome to Jamrock.
Yeah.
And then we did the Nas project, you know, in between. I also worked on an album with
Super Heavy
with a host of other great musicians.
Yeah.
And I've been doing a lot of production also. I did, you know, we produced some compilation albums on behalf of our family label. I did some work with Wayne Marshall. I did an album for him. So I've been doing some work, just not necessarily on my solo album, you know, for the last few years.
So 12 years, you're a different person now.
Yeah.
You know, on this album you speak on a lot, but what is it that you're seeing different? How have you evolved as an artist, you think?
Well, I'm a father now. There's a big difference, you know, between then and now. And that kind of really changed your perspective. Or I should say, grows your perspective on life, you know what I mean? In that kind of way, you know. And just the natural growth that comes along with 12 years. You're more mature as a person. You've experienced a lot more of life and everything that goes along with it, you know.
How do you adjust to, also what's changed is, you know, the social media, you know, the infrastructure of the music business.
Yeah, I'm picking up speed. You know? I'm getting there. You know? Yeah. I've been speaking about this. You know, when I started doing music, if somebody was a fan that wanted a picture, they would have to walk with a camera. If it's even one of the little cardboard cameras. You know, nowadays, you know, as soon as somebody, if they don't even have to be a fan, if they just realize, okay, you're someone popular, bam, you know, everything is on the phone now. The cameras are on the phone, so it's a different level of you know, accessibility and, you know, level of invasion of privacy and all this stuff too, you know. But that's the world now, you know. So I'm picking up speed.
When I said I was Sway Marley, I got about 5 to 8 just really explicit, you know, DMs in my Twitter and in my Instagram. Just, you know, women sending me pictures the whole 9 down. And you know what I mean, man? And then I'm not even a real Marley, you know, so I can only imagine what kind of DMs you get in your social media. Do you get a lot of that?
If to tell you the truth, you know, I don't monitor my social media so closely like that. Okay. Honestly. Tell you the truth, so I would have to look. You would have. I would have to go check it out.
If you want me to look for you on your behalf, I could definitely be that filter for you. Yeah. All right. Couple of tracks that I want to ask you about. Speak Life. Yeah. Talk about Speak Life, and that title alone appealed to me. But talk about the song.
Well, it's the title in itself is talking about speaking about, again, life in terms of you know, positivity. You know what I mean? We have we speak a whole heap of death in our music, you know, a lot of violence, you know, a lot of hurtful things sometimes, you know what I mean? So this is kind of talking about, you know, bring the light, shine some light instead of, you know, always trying to find darkness, you know what I mean? So that's kind of what this song is really about in that essence, you know.
Okay. I was telling a friend of mine this morning that he's going through some things, and I told what he's going through is similar to something I've been through. And I told him, when you approach it, it may sound cliche, but try to see your situation with the glass half full, because positivity takes effort. Yeah. You know, and that's what you're asking, like, make that effort to be positive.
Of course, and even some of them songs there sometimes is like even speaking on behalf of our genre. Yeah. So you know, of reggae music is kind of trying to remind even some of my brothers and sisters in our genre that, you know, we kind of have a little responsibility as reggae music, what we're known for. We're known for promoting positive energy, and sometimes we kind of miss that mark. You know what I mean? So that it's kind of a reminder for even us who have a voice to voice positive things.
Yes.
You know,
it's not a judgment, just a
reminder. Yeah.
Okay. Damian Marley, 888-742-3345.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shea 45.